Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Journeyman Football Manager with Zebu Nation. And here we are at the end of our first full season with the Wolves. Last year we came in mid-season, we finished mid-table. Now we've had a full season, we've revamped the roster, all of that stuff. We're building from youth and from the ground up. And how have we done this season? We've done pretty well. We're sitting here comfortably in 7th place. Well, maybe not comfortably in 7th place. We're actually very precariously in 7th place. But in 7th place we are at nonetheless. After 44 games, we've got 20 wins, 13 draws, 11 losses for a total of 73 points. That puts us just 1 point outside of Leeds in 6th place in that final playoff spot. So we're definitely within reach of the playoffs. We got a plus 22 goal differential, so we're looking very good there. That puts us, right in line with the top of the league. No issues there. And it's really been a good performance this year. It's been, I don't want to say surprising because it's kind of what I expected, but to have such a young team play this well, I've been happy with the results. And part of that can be borne out in the stats. Now, the interesting thing to look at here with the team stats is that all the progress we made at mid-season, last year our stats, we weren't even on most of these lists. But this year we finished, at mid-season we were sitting about the top 5 in most of these stats, or the important stats. So we've pretty much kept that level all the way across the board. So as you can see here, goals, we are sitting 5th. 67 goals this season. That's definitely much better than last year. And, it's one of the things that have kept us at the top of the league is being able to score goals. There's no substitute for being able to score goals, honestly. Headers won. We're still 4th place here with 61% of our headers. Again, that's something that really aids your defense. If you can win those headers on the back line and not get beat on set plays and things like that, you just give your defense one more tool and one more weapon. You can guard the skies, and you don't get beat on the back line and stuff like that. So heading, very important. Now, one piece of disappointment has been our possession game. We've had to just kind of disregard the possession game and go with a more counterattack style because maybe this team is too young. Or maybe we just don't have the skills, I'm not sure, but we just can't keep possession, and we can't win a possession game. Because a possession game, you have to grind it out. You have to keep the ball, you have to take your chances and make them count, and once you do make them count, then you've got to hold on for the win, and just this season, we haven't been able to hold on for the win. We'd have a 1-0 lead or a 0-0 draw going into the second half, and we'd get near the end 80-minute mark and we'd let in a goal for a draw or a loss. And it was just, you can't do that if you're playing a possession style. You have to have that mental fortitude, and maybe this team just doesn't have that mental fortitude to play the possession game. So we've gone to a more counterattacking style, but yet our tackles are still not up there, still not in the top 8 in tackles. So it's been mixed results. But what has really kept us and what has really propelled us forward, aside from the goals we've scored, are the goals we have not allowed. So you see here we're tied for 3rd place with least goals allowed with 45 with Brentford and Sheffield Wednesday. So we've just played very, very well defensively. And, just like there's no substitute for scoring goals, there's also no substitute for not allowing your opponents to score goals. And we've done a little bit of both of that this season. So I think that's where the counterattack style comes in, where you play defensive on one end, but then you blast the ball forward and get into the offensive zone and score goals when you need them most. Shutouts, we're 5th in shutouts here with 16. That's pretty good. 44 games, so a pretty good percentage there of shutouts. Most fouls, we're up here in 7th place. I don't really like being on this list of most fouls, but it does show that we're being physical, and that's part of the counterattack style, is you have to be physical, you have to play tight, win the ball, blast it upfield. And a lot of times, especially with young players, you get a little excited and you foul. I'd kind of hoping that I'd gotten rid of that in my coaching repertoire. I used to have a lot of teams with a lot of fouls. But, you got to desperate times call for desperate measures. So we brought back the aggressive style of play when we need it. Most passes completed. Again, we're not on this list because, our possession style has gone out the window. So there we go. Most crosses completed. This is interesting. We're back up in second place, essentially tied for first place with Norwich. 12% isn't a huge percentage, but we're top of the league, so it can't be that bad. And again, you're playing a counterattack style. You're just trying to get the ball in front of net, get the ball to your strikers, and crossing is part of that. And then another big key to our season is shots on target. We're number 1 in the league, 46% of our shots on target. When you play that counterattack style, you don't get as many chances as you do with an attacking style or with a possession style. So when you do get those chances, you got to make them count, and we're basically making 50% of our shots on target, which is pretty good. So there you go. There's the team stats. We can take a look at the individual stats real quick. Appearances, we got a lot of players with 30 games played, with well over 20 games played. Basically, the core of our team has played most of the season. So we've been relatively injury-free, at least, not. There's been no devastating injuries. There's been no huge rash of injuries. So we've been okay on that front. Goal-wise, Simone Gantz, our number 1 striker, 17 goals in the league season, so that's pretty good. Our second striker, Deco, 12 goals. That's also pretty respectable with only 20 appearances, 20 starts, I should say. 12 goals. That's definitely decent. Jamie Walker and Ben Marshall coming up from the midfield with 8 and 5 goals respectively. That's pretty good. And the thing that I noticed about this was just all the players with goals. Just a ton of players with goals this season, even if they've only got 1. Like our central defenders, House and Ebanks Landell, each have 1, but still, that's a lot of. It adds up. It's good to have the huge striker, the star striker, at the top of the depth chart here. But if everybody else contributes a goal or 2 here and there, it definitely adds up and makes for a successful season. Same way with assists. Walker, excellent season from Walker. 8 goals, 9 assists, 5 players of the matches. He's a versatile guy. He plays all over in the midfield, and his stats show how well he's done, how much he's contributed. So very, very happy with Walker. Same with McGinn. 7 assists from the central midfield is pretty high. Ben Marshall, another guy who plays all over the place. He plays wing. He plays fullback. And he's sitting there with 6 assists. That's very good. So, again, a lot of assists. Everybody chipping in on assists. So that just leads to a team unity, team harmony, and good team play. Players of the match is the guys you'd expect. Our strikers, Walker and Deco. Simone Gantz. Gantz and Deco. Jamie Walker, the guy who's been all over the field. Marshall Bath, our central defender. So lots of good players to choose from there. Passing percentage, a couple of our young players, Boateng. Well, I guess Vassal's not a young player, but he's a reserve player. Carr, our phenom, with 85%. Just a lot of players with over 80% passing, and that's very, very good. You want to see that. Tackling, our more youngsters here, Breslin and Rahem, who got called up from the under-23s. Both of them huge tackling percentages, 9 rating and 7.7 rating. Rob Hunt, our late-season signee, only 22 years old. He's got a 4.7 rating. That's pretty good. Yorfa and Garbett, our 2 starting fullbacks, also with the high tackling percentage. Dribbles per game, who cares, but Vassal has the most. Shot percentage, Bradley Carr, again, our young phenom, 91% of his shots on target. But the thing to look at, the thing that's most impressive here is Simone Gantz, our number 1 striker with 60% of his shots on target. That's like Steph Curry in the NBA. You want your superstar, your guy who's taking all the shots. You want him also to be efficient and have that high shooting percentage. And that's what we've got here with Simone Gantz, is he's getting most of the tries, but he's also getting a significant percentage of those tries on target. So that's what makes him such a good scorer for us, is he gets the opportunity and he takes advantage of those opportunities. So very happy with Simone Gantz. Yellow cards, ouch, yeah, a lot of yellow cards. Yorfa, Saiz, Matuchik, Cody, all of our, basically everybody on this list, down to, I think, Walker, they all play either fullback or defensive midfielder. So you can see where the stress points are on our offense, or on our defense, is the fullbacks and the defensive midfielder. Those guys are expected to win the ball, and in order to win the ball, sometimes you get a foul, and that's what has happened. Only 2 red cards this season, both for Mr. Connor Cody. I want to call him a youngster, but I don't think he is actually. He's 25 years old, so he should know better. He's got 14 aggression, which isn't uncontrollable. It's just, I don't know, maybe he's been put in bad spots. He's had to play ball-winning midfielder, defensive midfielder. He's had to play all around that midfield, so maybe, just the stress got to him, and he got some red cards. But he's still got a 7 average rating, and as you can see, we got a ton of average rating players above 7. We got a whole team's worth, essentially. Not necessarily all of our starters, but a whole team's worth of players who are over 7 rating, and that's very, very good as a team. I guess that's all we need to look at for stats and players and things like that. We can go down the checklist real quick. Finances, $25.5 million in the bank. That's pretty good. Finances have been going down and down as we reach the end of the season. I'm not sure exactly why that is, but maybe it's just, natural attrition. It seems like near the end of the season something happens. It happened last year, it happened this year, where our finances just kind of go wonky at the end of the season. It's not as bad this year as last year because we've got so much money in the bank, but as you can see, we lost $1.2 million this month, and I don't really know where it's going. We can take a look here. I mean, it's hard to tell from this chart. Obviously, player salaries are up there. But anyway, finances are still pretty good, but not as good as they could be. Take a look at the board. We are very secure. 60% board confidence is looking good. Club issues, they're still happy with our payroll and budget. Club stature has not changed. Hiring first team youngsters for some reason has dropped to 60% instead of the 100% that it was. We're happy with the number of youngsters you signed, but whatever. No board requests really to note, other than we did get a new contract. So that's good. We had some teams sniffing around, but they were other championship teams, so it's not like it would have been a lateral move at best. And they didn't offer any jobs. They just sort of, rumors in the press kind of thing. So we went to the board and take a look at our home. We can look at our contract. We got a new contract. Got a pay raise to $240,000 until June 30th of 2020. So we got another 2-year contract, and we're looking pretty good. And I guess that's it. No transfers, obviously. Is there anything else we can look at? Staff. We haven't looked at our staff in a while. But as you can see here, we got a very, very good coaching staff. We got the best in the league in basically every category except for man management, where we're second, and goalkeeping, where we're also second. So that's, another turnaround this season is making sure we had a top flight coaching staff, and we've achieved that, and that I think has given us better results in terms of consistency. It's made our players, they've got that baseline of good coaching, so they stay motivated, they stay fit, and we don't have those late season crashes. Team report, these are mostly useless, I've found. I mean, comparison wise, average height, average weight, that's good. We can look at, defensively, pretty good strength, pace, acceleration. We're up there near, the rest of the league. Our midfield is pretty good. Our attack also pretty good. Offensive pace. We're not too far down in any particular stat. Physically, our fitness could be better. Stamina could be better. Mentally, we're a little bit below the grade most mental places, and technically we're pretty much average, except finishing. We're the lowest in the championship with finishing because we really only have a couple of players who are finishers, and that's our strikers. So that's fine. I guess the final thing to look at before we get to our match, I should say, is our schedule. Now, we've played well down the stretch. We've won 3 of our last 5 to go along with 1 loss, 1 draw. We haven't had a run of losses back since, February. So we've done pretty well for the last 2 months. We've played, not necessarily championship football, but we've played, better than average football. So we're looking good coming down to these final 2 games. And I think these 2 games are important for a couple of reasons. First of all, we're playing Brentford, which is the #1 team in the league. So we want to, test ourselves versus the best team in the league. But also points-wise, we need at least 1 point from this game to keep us in the playoff hunt. Because if we lose and Leeds wins, it's over. They go 4 points up on us with 1 game to go, and that last game would be meaningless. So we have to get at least a point out of this game versus Brentford, and that seems pretty daunting, but we can take a look at Brentford, take a look at their schedule, and see they've kind of fallen at the end of the season. They've lost 3 of their last 5, including a 5-3 shellacking at the hands of Blackburn. Now, on the one hand, they are only 1 point away from Blackburn, so maybe they're going to try to win this last game. And this is their last game, oddly enough. We've got 1 more game. This is their last game. Not sure how that works out, but maybe they're going to want to win this game very badly and win the trophy. If there is a trophy. I don't even know if there is a trophy for winning. What do you get for winning? You get promoted. But do you actually get a trophy? I have no idea. They don't make a big deal of it if you do. But maybe you do. I don't know. Maybe if they want to finish first, trophy or no trophy. If they want that glory of finishing first, then they're going to want to win this game. But if they don't necessarily care, they're going to get promoted, automatic promotion, win or lose this game. They got that sewn up. So the question is, how much do they want to win this game? I don't know. So they haven't been particularly good at the end of the season. Maybe they're in a dip. Maybe they've gotten complacent, which is my hope. And we can sneak up and get some points out of them this game. Because they need a win here to guarantee the league title or whatever they get out of this. But if they get a draw, they're still 2 points up, and maybe they could still win. I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see what kind of team they put forward, and maybe they're beat up at the end of the season. Do we have a sense of that? Yeah, they've got some injuries. Not necessarily to their top players, but they do have some injuries, and that could cause some trouble in their lineup. So anyway, we've got Brentford to worry about, and then after that, should we get a point out of this game, or even if we don't, and the teams around us also lose, then we've got a finale with Millwall, and I'm not sure. I don't think Millwall is really good this season. No, they're down at the bottom of the league, 20th. So hopefully we can win that game, win our way into the playoffs, and maybe show a couple of special playoff episodes. But either way, we're going to play this game, and if we're out of the playoffs, then I guess we'll just finish the Norwich game and go on to the end of season stuff. But if if we win this game or get a point out of this game and we're still in playoff contention, I guess I'll show the Norwich game as well in a probably separate recording, and we'll go on. So let's continue. Let's go to the match preview. Big game, televised game versus Brentford. This should be a marquee matchup for the league. Yanneris is out with a groin strain. Bieland is doubtful, and Capel also doubtful. So that's good news for us. Team selection-wise, during this last run, we've gone to the Diamond, and the Diamond has been our security blanket and our safety, and it has done us well. We've got a couple of players who are out. Deco is out. I'm not real happy with that because he and Gantz have been an excellent team up there. They've really played off each other well, but Gantz got injured. I think he got injured in training, which is terrible at the end of the season. And then Yorfa has been suspended, but that's okay. We got options at right fullback. We got Marshall who can play there, no problem. So here's our lineup. The lineup we've mostly been going with during this last 10-game run, I suppose. Well, maybe not quite 10 games. But we've got Lonergan in goal, Marshall and House at fullback. Garbett has been in and out of the lineup. You can see both he and Cody are still recovering from injuries, so they're not going to play. I mean, we could play them, but they're just not fit, and there's no reason to have unfit players in there when you got excellent players on the bench. Since our central defense has been mostly healthy, I've moved House out here to left fullback, and he's our 22-year-old. He's one of our stalwarts back there on defense, and he's very versatile. He's got pace. He's got a lot of attributes that let him play either inside or outside on the defense. And, we're going to play him at fullback. He gives us a real defensive presence at fullback, and he can also get forward a little bit, use that pace. He's got a little bit of crossing, and he can help us offensively a little bit. We've got Saiz back from injury as well at the defensive midfielder. McGinn and Matuchik have been playing, they've been our stalwarts in the midfield, let's put it that way. McGinn playing the box-to-box midfielder and Matuchik playing the ball winner. And then our advanced playmaker or attacking midfielder, Jamie Walker, has really solidified himself at that position. And, it's helpful that he can play that position as well as left and right wing. So any formation that we play, we can throw Jamie Walker in there, and that's good for us. Gantz, obviously our leading scorer. And Kyle Vassell has had a couple of timely goals off the bench. So we're going to give him the start. It's not like we have much options, but he's a finisher. He's a guy. He gets in front of net and scores, and that's all we need him to do. I don't care what else this guy does. Just put yourself in front of the goal and score. He's got pace, he's got strength, he's got finishing, and that's what we need. It's what we need. Our only backup striker right now is Mikel Zero, who's technically a winger, but he can play there in a pinch. So we got some reserve issues, but other than striker, we're pretty strong in reserves. Ikem is a very strong reserve goalkeeper. I think he's basically the starter for the Wolves. I've subscribed to them on Twitter and looked at their roster, and Ikem is pretty much entrenched as their starter, so we're going against the grain a little bit here. Groner's a good reserve. Rob Hunt, our late-season signee, has played well, versatile dude. Bryn Morris, Boateng, Zalalem have all played at different points in the midfield and played well. So that's our lineup. Instruction-wise, we're going with our counterattack style, and here it is. It's a little bit of a high counterattack, not too high, but we go midfield and beyond. We try to work the ball in the box once we win it. We play discipline. We play structured defensively, and that has really helped us out. All right, so let's submit the teams. Saiz is lacking match sharpness, but he's healthy, so he's going in there. He is our best midfielder technically, but he has had injury problems and suspension problems and stuff like that. So he's been in and out of the lineup a little bit this season. Not too much, but enough, especially down this last, 6 or 8 game stretch. He's been out. So he's been a little bit replaced during this winning season, so hopefully he can keep that chemistry going. They're going with the Burning Man formation. Let's apply our advice. Let's close down on their advanced players. I mean, I know we're closed down on the advanced players anyway in our positionals, but just in case, like, they're sending Henry forward very aggressively, so we'll close down on him. And then it looks like they might have Colin, might have Colin in the support role. So we'll close down on him as well, but maybe not mark him tightly. So there we go. We'll give our pep talk here passionately. We could move into playoff place with a win here, so go out there and impress me. Got a couple of guys delighted with that, Gantz and Ebanks Lindell. So there we go. Let's start the match. Home game, televised game. Should be a raucous crowd. Looks like a sellout, or at least close to a sellout. I didn't get an email saying it'd be a sellout, but I can't imagine it wouldn't be. You know, this is a very important game against the best team in the league. Let's go. There's Vassal. Back to House. Matuchik trying to work the offense. Vassal to Gantz. The ball is intercepted by McLeod. There's our first possession in the books. Sai, been a very good goalkeeper this year for Brentford, right? That's who we're playing? Yes. Okay. He's been a very good goalkeeper for them. I mean, their defense has been very good overall. As you can see here, is Jota on the counter-attack for Brentford. Into our half. He's met by two defenders and gives the ball away pretty sloppily there. Bath recovers, going to restart the offense for us. And we're going to move along 4 minutes down. Saiz on the other side of the field. Walker into Matuchik just outside the semicircle to McGinn. McGinn into Vassal. Vassal with the first shot of the game. Side deflects it wide. So we're looking pretty good right now. Our counterattack style is getting us some chances. Here's McGinn, the corner on the far side, sends it in. The defense heads it out, but it looks like McGinn is going to track it down and lets it go out of touch for a throw-in. Do we get anything out of it? No, we're going to advance the clock. So it says we should encourage our players to try a short passing game, but I'm not going to fall for that. Here's Walker with a corner on the near side. Sai manages to grab it out of the air. You know, we're going to stick with our counterattack style for at least the first half. There's House winning a header. Gets it to Matuchik on the attacking side of the field. McGann is going to set the offense. Gets it to House out wide, the attacking fullback. Centers to Matuchik to Walker. Walker up to Vassal. Vassal sends it wide. That was one of our chances there, buddy. You can't take that for granted. Here's Jota with the free kick for Brentford. Sends it in. We send it out defensively, but it gets back to Jota. There's Lonergan with a nice save. Lonergan's been making good saves, timely saves this year. He's not been a sieve kind of like he was last year. He let in a lot of goals late last year, but this year he's kept up. He's kept it up, and we're happy about that. There, the ball goes out of touch again for a throw-in on the far side. Here's Brentford on our side of the pitch. Throws it into Niles. Oja out wide to McLeod. McLeod is tracked there by two defenders. Gets it wide to Henry. Excellent save by Lonergan. Niles had the point-blank header, but Lonergan makes a key save that keeps the score even. Here's Colin with a throw-in. Walker steals it, though. Gets it forward to Gantz. Gantz up to Vassal. We're on the counterattack here. They've got their defense back, but Vassal brings it wide. Looking to center it, he does, but the defense is there. Woods gets the header. But Brentford is forced to turn it over. House heads it on to Matuchik. Matuchik centers to Walker. Walker gets it forward to McGinn. McGinn with the shot. Just wide. All right, so what I've found is when your players are getting chances but putting them wide, you need to tell them to concentrate. Tell them to concentrate. Here's Marshall with a long throw into the opponent's penalty area. Marshall gets it back. Going to reset the offense. Centers to Matuchik. Matuchik takes a shot, goes careening off the defense, and they send it out of touch for a throw-in. 23 minutes down in the first half. We're looking pretty good against the first team in the league, I got to tell you. Here's another free kick from Jota. He just centers it to Oja. Oja into David. He looked off sides, but he gets the ball stolen. He gets it back. McGinn finally settles it down for the defense. Looks to play back to Saiz. All right, we're slow playing the offense here a little bit. It looks like our counterattack is stalled. So here's Matuchik to McGinn, playing it up to Marshall, who's playing that right fullback role. He's a winger, so he's got more skills than your average fullback. Matuchik settling the offense, centers it to McGinn, up to Vassell. Vassell looking, he's surrounded. Managed to get it back to Matuchik. House on the far wing. Resets back to midfield with Bath. Saiz now out wide to House. House to Matuchik. Matuchik centers it to Gantz. Got Marshall out on the wing. Nobody sees him. Matuchik sends it forward to House. House tries a center, but it's deflected out of touch. Should be a free kick. Here it is. Free kick on the far corner. It's a corner kick, I should say. Here's McGinn setting it up. Sends it high and wide. Defense heads it out. Looks like Collins going to track it down for Brentford, and there ends our promising attack. That was a very promising attack. We held possession. We got the ball into the box. It was pretty good. All right, here's Sai now. 31 minutes down. Sai with the goal kick. Sends it rocketing into our side of the pitch. Jota gathers it in for Brentford. They're playing the triangle right now. McLeod has it to Niles. We're playing tight defense, so everybody who gets the ball is being tracked. Here's Colin now. Gets the ball stolen from House. That's what House gives us out there on the wing, that defensive presence. Vassell tracks down the lob forward. His pass is deflected, but it goes straight to House. House to McGinn. McGinn, can he get it wide to Marshall? He cannot, but he reverses field to Vassell. Vassell centers to Gantz. Gantz with the header over the net. Come on, boys. We're getting our chances, but we got to get them on net. Got to get these chances on net. Lonergan sends a goal kick down. Vassell tries to track it down. House settles it down to Bath. Going to reset the offense here. Saiz is being dogged at midfield. He has to send it all the way back to the goalkeeper, Lonergan. Lonergan's going to boot it downfield. Looks like Matuchik settles it down to McGinn. Saiz and McGinn and Matuchik playing the triangle. Matuchik's pass is deflected, but there's Walker to pick it up. Sends it forward to Gantz. Gantz gets it out wide to Marshall. Marshall, they collapse on him. Walker has it back in the middle to Gantz. Gantz doesn't send it forward. He sends it back to Matuchik. Matuchik to Saiz, the release valve. Here's Matuchik, sends it forward to House. There's that man again. Can he get the cross? He does to McGinn. Weak header, and Side gathers it in. That wasn't the best of crosses. If he'd put a little more steam on that, perhaps we could have got something out of it. Here we are, 40 minutes down. Matuchik has the ball at midfield, up to Walker in the opponent's half. To McGinn. Now McGinn sends it down the near sideline to Marshall. Marshall double covered there. Centers it back to McGinn, to Matuchik. Matuchik looking to make a play. There's Vassell. There's the striker. There's the reserve striker. I told you. Listen to that crowd roar. I told you, Vassell, just get in front of net and score. That's all we need you to do, buddy. And there he is playing that poacher role. Waiting. There he makes his run and gets it right past the goalkeeper. I mean, that was a stoppable shot, but, it was a good play. Good play all around. So there we are. We got the 1-0 lead. We can continue with our counterattack tactics. We don't have to break from our shell. We don't have to break from our discipline. We can hopefully take this into half. 44 minutes down. Yellow card for House. We got 2 yellow cards in the first half. Not happy about that. But there we are. There is half time. That was a very exciting first half. We had a lot of chances, a lot of scoring opportunities. We finally made it pay off right near the end of the half. And ratings-wise, we're looking mostly solid, mostly average, I guess. A little bit above average. I said most of the players on the team have a 6.8, 6.9 rating. Only Simone Gantz is not playing particularly well, but that's all right. Matuchik is playing very well. He's looking up. He's looking for opportunities. He's getting the ball out wide to House. He made that pass to Vassell for the assist on the goal. So he's got the rating to prove that. I think all we need right now is a pep talk. I'm pleased with how things are going. Keep it up. All right, everybody's happy with that. I don't want to make any tactical changes right now. I could lay off the tackles. I could say don't get stuck in, but it's working so far, so we're going to keep it going. Now, if we get a red card, that could change this game, but we've played with red cards before, so it's not the worst thing in the world. Now, here's the thing. They're going to be coming forward. There's Henry already moving forward. We can catch them on the counterattack. That would be outstanding. Here's Oja down the sideline, but he can't get past Marshall. Marshall, for all his winger skills, he's still a very acceptable fullback out there. He can play some defense. There's no problem there. There's Oja in the box, centers it, but Ebanks Landell sends it down. Vassell can't win it, but Matuchik does. Gets it to Vassell. Vassell looking. He's a dribbler. He's a guy who likes to dribble, but he passes it to McGann. McGann gets it forward to Gantz. Gantz, what a finish. What touch. He is a scorer. 24th goal of the season, 18th league goal. This is the counterattack in action, ladies and gentlemen. There's Gantz, and he just two defenders closing in. He sneaks it past the goalkeeper into the far corner. Nice. Near corner, I guess. All right, here's Jota. Only 47 minutes down. He sends the ball in on the free kick, but Saiz is there with a very rough tackle. Sends it back to Matuchik. Walker. Here we are. We're going to settle it down a little bit. Matuchik's going to look to just keep possession right now. Him and Walker and McGinn are just playing the triangle out to Marshall on the right-hand side. He dribbles in. Sends it back to Matuchik. Going to work the ball forward. There's Walker to Gantz to Vassell. Back to Matuchik. Out wide. He tries to get it to Marshall. A bit of a experiment out there, but Saiz is there as the release valve. Marshall is making good runs, and there he is. He's out wide. He's got a step. He sends it forward. Oh, what a stop. What a stop. I think that was Walker who took that shot. But the goalkeeper, Sai, with an excellent play to keep it 2-0. Now here's Brentford on the attack. Oja wins the backside header, but he sends it over the net, so no real danger there. 52 minutes down, clock running. Here's Brentford on the attack in our half. Jota has it again. He sends it across field to Oja. Oja into David. David tries to center it. Jota is there to pick up the garbage and make it 2-1. No! The referee comes to our rescue. Disallowed goal, offside. Excellent play. They tried to hit that cross, but it got deflected off the defense, and Jota came in late. So, yeah, it looked like the advanced man was offside. We got another yellow card, 56 minutes down. There's a win of the ball by Matuchik at midfield. Looks like they've upped their press. So we're just sending the ball downfield now. Dean sends it all the way back to Sai for Brentford. Goal kick. Up to Henry on the far side. Looks like they're going to start to apply their offense. Oja down the far sideline. Marshall misses the tackle. There's the centering pass. Lonergan with a save that was a little bit more difficult than it should have been, but he managed to knock it wide. Here's a free kick on the far side for Jota of Brentford. Sends it in. McGann sends it out. Looks like Bath is going to recover the ball. Gets it up to Gantz. Is Gantz going to blast it forward? No, he's going to dribble. He's going to take the ball himself. Gets it forward to Walker. Walker gets it stolen. A nice slide tackle by McLeod, and there ends the counterattack. But here we are, 58 minutes down. House with a throw in just outside Brentford's penalty. There's McGinn with a shot just wide. Still got the 2-0 lead. Maybe we could go to our control game, but I don't think so. With their high press, we'll just keep counterattacking. Here's Saiz now. Sends it back to Bath. Up forward to McGinn. Works it to Gantz. Gantz, is he going to get it out wide to Marshall? No, he's going to dribble. That's not what we want from Gantz. We want Gantz forward and scoring, not dribbling. There's Saiz winning the ball, but he can't keep possession. Hooper has it now. Hooper crushed by Bath. There's an experiment forward. Doesn't quite go. It's intercepted by Brentford. Henry has it now down the far sideline for Brentford. Gets it to Oja. Back to Henry. An excellent run here. There's a cross. Oh, the defense gets in the way. That was tricky, but Oja retains possession. Fires it up and over the goal. So our defense playing discipline, playing so well on that back line. That's why we're not giving up so many goals this season. I mean, that guy was in position. If he had made that cross, that was a sure goal, but he doesn't. Here's Walker sending it into Ebanks. Landell with a header over the net. 62 minutes gone. We're playing very well. We got to worry about these yellow cards, but other than that, everything is going to plan. There's Matuchik with a steal of the ball. Gets it forward to Vassell. Vassell at midfield. He's going to dribble around. There's 4 defenders there, and he gets the ball stolen, of course. That's Vassell's one weak point, is he dribbles the ball a bit too much. But there's Walker, gets a steal. Walker looking to make a play to Gantz. Gantz sends it back to Matuchik. Reset the offense. Forward to McGinn. He's got options. He's got options. He shoots it himself. That's not what you want. You don't want your midfielder shooting the ball from the semicircle when he's got options out wide. Rather have him throw that out to Marshall and let Marshall make a play. But you know what? He's playing well, so we can't be too mad at him. Take a drink. Here's Brentford on the attack. Oja out wide to Henry on the far side. He centers it. Nobody there. Straight to Lonergan. 66 minutes down. The second half is not exactly racing by. There's Lonergan with the goal kick down. Gantz now settles it. Sends it forward to Vassell. Vassell is past the defense. He's one-on-one with the keeper. Tries to chip it over the keeper and chips it wide. Vassell, he hasn't had a lot of playing time this season, but, you know, when he's played well. All right, 69 minutes down. Do we want to make any subs? Marshall and House both have those yellow cards. We could get both of those guys out of there. So we can put Ebanks Landell out wide, make him a defensive fullback. We can bring in Garaner at central defense. Is he a right foot only guy? Yep, so that's good. Then we can bring in Hunt at left for House. We can get rid of several of those yellow cards. We can even bring in, let's see, who's the best defender out of these 3 midfielders we've got? Boateng, 9 marking, 11 tackling. Morris, 11 tackling, 12 marking. Let's see if I can speak. And then Zalalem, 10 tackling, 10 marking. So it looks like Morris is our best defensive midfielder on the bench. So we're going to bring him in for McGann. We're going to set him up at central midfield. Let him play defense because he's pretty capable at that. So there we go. 3 defensive substitutions. I think that's kind of what you want to do here. So let's give that. Get those yellow cards out of there. Because the one thing that could trick us up, it would be to go down to 10 men. All right, so there's Lonergan with the easy save on that poor cross attempt. 69 minutes down. Got changes on the way. Matuchik tries to win the ball. He cannot. Brentford gathers it in. David on our side of the field, but there's Matuchik winning the ball. He's so good at that ball-winning position. He's been such a revelation there. Gets it to Walker at midfield to McGinn. Back to Matuchik playing the triangle. Matuchik settling the offense down. Gets it forward to Walker. Walker forward to Vassell. Vassell can't make a decision. Gets it back to Matuchik. Crosses to McGinn. Forward to Gantz. Gantz into the penalty area with a ripping shot. Goes deflected wide by Sai. Still putting on the pressure. You know, we're 2 goals up, 70 minutes down, and we're still getting opportunities. That's what you want to see. Ball is knocked out for a throw in just outside of the penalty area. There's our substitutions in. Groner, Hunt, and Morris. 3 youngsters into the match, so maybe that's a bit of a risk, but we got rid of those yellow cards. There's Matuchik now getting a yellow card on Key. Here's a free kick. Morris taking the free kick. What a stop by Sai. That was on target. Why is Morris taking the free kicks? I don't know. I don't know. Morris, are you good at free kicks? Not particularly. Am I looking at the wrong stat? First touch free kick 10. Why? I don't know. Maybe he's the only right-footed guy out there. I have no idea. Here's Saiz now with the free kick. That's more like it. To Matuchik, to Morris. All right, we've lost a little bit of playmaking ability, a little bit of creativity by bringing in Morris, but he can make the simple pass up to Walker to Gantz. Gantz gets it forward to Vassell, who looked off sides, but he was not. He made a shot straight into Sai's breadbasket. So another opportunity, 88 minutes down now, 89 minutes. We're looking good. It looks like we're going to hold on to this 2-goal victory. Here's Hooper now, near side, bringing it into the penalty area for Brentford. He sends the cross straight to Lonergan. He had a man. He had a man on the far post, but he didn't send it in. He just sent it straight to the goalkeeper. A bad cross on his part. 91 minutes down, and there it is. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. The diamond formation on counterattack. I'm telling you, it works. I don't know. Well, I know why it works. I don't want to explain why it works, but it works. And if you have never tried it, give it a shot. Because you got those 2 strikers up top. You can launch the ball forward, let those 2 guys play off each other, score goals. Let the fullbacks come in late, score crosses. You got that diamond formation so you can work the triangle in the middle of the passing lanes. It all works well, and it's definitely my tried and true formation, and it has worked at the end of this season. It's gotten us this victory over the #1 team in the league. Let's go to the post-match analysis. That brings us to 76 points. We jump ahead of Leeds for the 6th place in the playoffs. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Stats. Lonergan, 6.9 rating. I thought he played better than that. Ebanks Landell, 7.5 rating. Danny Bath, 7.6. Again, our defense just leading the way. Saiz at that defensive midfielder with a 7.3. Matuchik, the ball-winning midfielder, 8.1. So all of our defensive players are in there just playing so well. And then offensively, Walker, Gantz, and Vassell, sort of the triumvirate up there of our attacking players. Each of them well over 7 rating as well. 2 goals from our strikers. Just an outstanding performance. Analysis-wise, 19 interceptions by Bath, 13 by Landell. Our fullbacks ran up and down the sidelines very well. McGinn, 91% pass completions. Matuchik, 12 interceptions. That's outstanding for your ball-winning midfielder to have nearly as many interceptions as your central defender. Walker with 94% pass completions. So our offensive players passed well. They scored. Our defensive players got the interceptions. They worked hard. That's all we can ask for. So there we go. Let's leave the match. Brentford, I didn't check to see if they dropped to 2nd place or not with that loss. They did not. Looks like Blackburn still has their game to play. But that was Brentford's 45th game of the season. That was our 45th game of the season as well. Did I misread Brentford's schedule? Do they have another game? They do have another game. They play Leeds. So that's a tough schedule. Look at them finishing off with Leeds, Wolves, and Blackburn. That's tough. Throw in Swansea. I don't know if Brighton or Ipswich are that good this year. Brighton 14th, Ipswich 16th. So, they had pretty tough schedule at the end of the season, and it's going to come down to this final game. Whoever Blackburn is playing, let's see who they're playing. Schedule, senior squad. Take a look down at the bottom. They've got Ipswich and Brighton to finish it off. So it looks like Blackburn, the Rovers, might, after trailing all season to Brentford, they have 2 fairly winnable games, actually very winnable games, to finish off the season and steal the crown, if there is a crown, for the championship. We'll figure that out eventually too. So I'm going to end it here. I'm going to come back with the next game. I'm going to play the Ipswich game. I don't know if I'm going to upload that again today or tomorrow, but it'll be an extra episode, a special episode where we'll play, come back with Millwall game to see if we make the playoffs, and then if we do make the playoffs, we'll go on from there. So until that game, until next time, this has been Zebu Nation. I'm doing a subscriber drive right now. I'm trying to reach 100 subscribers. So if you like this video, if you like the series, please like and subscribe. I want to get an actual real URL for my YouTube channel. In order to do that, I need 100 subscribers. So please subscribe. Please spread the word amongst the Football Manager community. And yeah, so we'll see you later. Thanks for playing. Bye-bye.